Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, your daily Walking Dead video. In this one, we're going to do a Q&A. First, we're going to start with giving our thoughts when we think Tara is going to tell Rick about the Oceanside. Alright, so I think we're getting closer for this one, so definitely wanted to give my thoughts, and you guys can write yours in the comments below whether or not you think Tara is going to break her promise, so to speak, that she made to the Oceanside group and actually tell Rick and the others about the Oceanside and about, the weapons they have and everything, and, what happened between the Oceanside and the Saviors prior. So Vegeta X1 says, Tara needs to stop the bullshit, reveal the Oceanside and their guns. So yeah, absolutely. I do think it's going to happen very soon. I think we're getting close to that point now. And, I'm looking at the next couple of episodes, specifically episode 12, which is not this weekend, it's the weekend after, so it'll be next weekend, which is called Say Yes, directed by Greg Nicotero. Cha-ching! Should be a good one. March 5th is the release date for that one. And the description for that one is the group scavenges for supplies. Back in Alexandria, someone must make a morally challenging decision. So people have predicted in the comments that they think that the person who's going to be making the morally challenging decision is Tara. So that would be episode 12. If that's correct, if that the prediction sounds perfect to me. I mean, it fits like a glove, right? So if it is correct, then we'll see her probably tell Rick about it in episode 12. Maybe episode 13, 14, we'll see them go maybe try to, make peace with the Oceanside, try to join up with the Oceanside and get the Oceanside to join their fight. Because, of course, as we know, the Oceanside has a pretty sweet gun locker. I mean, they have quite a bit of stuff. So that would be really good. You could get them and all the girls that want to fight. You could talk them into it to get revenge against the Saviors. You would be able to get the junkies, get them in their scavengers. Junkies. I'm going to call them junkies for a while till other people start calling them junkies too, because I like it. Get the junkies in there, get the kingdom to join eventually, and of course the people from the hilltop. And man, we are talking about a pretty well-armed, sizable force at that point, I think. So explosives and the whole bit, and oh man, that would be pretty sweet. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to see, and that would also mean that the end of this season should be stellar, should be really, really good, but we may see like a couple more episodes of Rick and the gang, out and about trying to find supplies, trying to uphold their side of the bargain, and eventually join with the Oceanside, probably around episode 13 or 14. Episode 13 is called Bury Me Here, so yeah, I mean, try to read into that, right? But yeah, write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think and whether or not Tara's going to let him know. I think she will. I think it makes perfect sense. Jordan Francis says, Q&A trap, when will Tregan return? I don't know, brother. The hair's brown right now. I could dye it again, I guess. I did it a couple times, right? I dyed it black, and we went for the whole thing. It was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed doing that quite a bit. I have the jacket over there still. Lucille's in the backdrop. So it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with that, and it was good. I don't know if I do it again because it might just get repetitive. It's one of those things you can only do so many times, and it was a lot of fun seeing Negan's first appearance. That's part of why season 6 is my favorite season ever, because not even just in the show, but we had a lot of fun with that, even with you guys on the channel. I mean, I had so much fun doing all that kind of stuff, getting ready for Negan. It was just it was special to me anyway. It was wonderful. Then there was some people who posted that Tamia or whatever, the girl's name in the junkies, the scavengers, that Gabriel puts the knife to her throat. Some people are kind of theorizing that maybe she could be the sister of the girl at the kingdom with the crossbow, or not the crossbow, but the regular bow that said that her sister had a dress just like that. So it could be possible that the two of them could actually be sisters in the show, and maybe we'll see that. So I'll put the link in the description from comicbook.com. You guys can check out this theory for yourselves. But there could be a connection between those two, and maybe, they're actually sisters in the Walking Dead universe. And that'd be cool to see, because if the scavengers join up with Rick and the group, and then they join up with the kingdom, then the sisters could be reunited again. So I like the theory, and I think it's probably true. Because it is a weird line for her to mention that her sister had that type of dress. It seems to be, it seems like to stick out as like, maybe we're going to see something with her sister, or that's going to have an effect on the story. So we'll see. For the ratings for episode 10, it got 11 million views. So it's not terrible, you know, for an episode. Just thought I'd give my thoughts real quick. The mid-season premiere, episode 9, got 12 million. The mid-season finale was at 10.5, 10.5, 10.4, and then 11 was episode 5, Go Getter. So, you know, I mean, it's okay, but we're kind of in kind of the regular run-of-the-mill Walking Dead right now. You know, we're not seeing things that are No Way Out level or Negan appearance level, I would say. So I can understand that people, you know, that it would get about 11 million views. So it's not terrible. It's lower than what the show usually does, though. We should say that still. Braydo says, 2 cars drive by as well as the plane. If you guys missed the video yesterday, we talked about the plane that's seen behind Rick, or the blip, whatever it is. Maybe not even like a plane, just like a blip in the CG. And apparently there's 2 cars in there as well, too. So I'll have to go back and look. But that's pretty crazy, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff down there, right? So it's signal to noise ratio. If you're not looking through it carefully, then, you know, you probably wouldn't even see it. I mean, and also, too, like if the editors didn't see it, you know, it's pretty crazy that, you know, a lot of us are going through it and finding stuff. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll have to take a look at that, but that's kind of funny. AJ Unlimited says, hey, Trev, were you disappointed to see that it was Richard that Daryl was beating the snot out of and not a savior? I know I was. So I kind of was, but I liked how they kind of worked it in, that that's how Daryl finds out about Carol, so that we can have the reunited scene between the two, because I felt like that was really important. And I also liked that Daryl was like ready to kill him as soon as he started talking bad about Carol, or even the possibility of setting up Carol. So also it makes Richard kind of look a little bit, you know, a little bit more devious than you'd like to see. You know, you'd like to think that we're on the side of the good guys. Richard doesn't seem to fit with Daryl and with the others. His idea of setting up a lady like that to be for the blame, it's that's kind of dark. That's more savior-esque, I'd want to say, than it would be like Rick and the others to set up a woman like that. So yeah, man, I really didn't expect to see that coming from Richard. But at the same time, he seems to be desperate, so I suppose it's fairly natural and within character. But I really like the fact that Daryl did kind of beat him up a little bit because of it. So I would have liked to have seen some action with the Saviors. But hey, what can you do? We've got lots of action coming up for sure. Med1965 says, hey Trev, you're not going to believe this one. A Walking Dead t-shirt has been pulled from the Primark stores because a British Prime Minister said it was racist. The shirt had the phrase eeny, meeny, miny, mo with a picture of Lucille. The minister said that the next part of the message, catch a tiger by the tail, was racist because in England the N-word is substituted for tiger. It is? I didn't know that. Really? Also, the barbed wire bat represented assaulting black people. The PC Snowflakes strike again, Trev. That is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I don't know what to say about any of that, bro. I mean, you know, I did see a picture of the shirt. You guys can look this up if you want to on Google to see about this shirt getting pulled because it was apparently racist. But, I don't see how you could get that. Maybe The Walking Dead in the UK is starting to get a reputation for being a little bit too dark or something, or a little bit too how do I describe this? Like in poor taste, of the show just being for people that aren't good people or something. I don't know, but that's really weird because I don't see how any of that is racist, and it's kind of like when Negan is picking the people that he goes through and he mentions the race card, he's kind of acknowledging that if he picks a character, if he picks someone who's of a certain race, that he could be looked at as racist. So he doesn't want to have any kind of favoritism or anything. He's going to pick out, somebody kind of randomly, or pick out the big guy because that makes the most sense because you're going to try to weaken the group. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of a stretch. I don't know. It gets pulled. That's whatever. That's stupid and it doesn't make any sense to me. But who knows? Heather EMC says, hey Trev, greetings from Newfoundland. First, I have a comment. I think Carol must know Daryl is lying because Richard told her that the Saviors are alive and well when he tried to recruit her and Morgan to help him convince Ezekiel to fight. Ah, that's a nice catch. I hadn't thought about that for a bit. Nice catch, Heather. Then she says, this was long enough after she left the group that she has to know they didn't get them all, as Daryl said. So here's my Q&A question. Since Enid seems to be replacing Sophia from the comics in many ways, and now she and Carl have clearly started a relationship, do you think the Lydia storyline will go the same way as it did in the comics? So I'll kind of break it off there because I don't want to get into too much spoilers and this kind of thing. Nice catch with your first mention. You're right. That is probably how Carol could figure it out. Either way, I would think like for Carol, she's smarter than to know that they're not going to get off scot-free without having any casualties on their side, and that was why she left in the first place. So I think she must know that Daryl is kind of lying, but she didn't want to press him for it, and also maybe part of her wants to believe that that's true. But I think she will figure it out pretty soon, and she'll join back with the group pretty soon, probably within the next season, to fight against the Saviors, I think. So that should be good. As far as your other part, I think right now with the Walking Dead TV series, we should basically assume that everything in the show is going to be pretty much the same as it was in the comics. I know that's a little bit kind of boring because it's like, well, it's more predictable that way. But with some small remixes. But the last couple of years, that seems like a lot of what's happening, you know. A lot of it is being adapted almost, you know, exactly. And to be honest, I think maybe they're adapting it too closely and maybe they should mix it up a little bit more. So as far as the Enid, Sophia stuff, I think that's exactly what we're going to see. It's probably going to be basically the same. And the last one will be from Brian Donovan. He says, hey, Trev, do you think they'll keep up all these animal metaphors with Daryl? When Negan first met him, he said a tiger when he pointed at him. Then he put him in a cage and literally referred to him as an animal in one episode. Then we had the bit with him. Sorry. Then we had the bit with him and Shiva last week. Kind of like they're making him more feral, like Wolverine or something. Any thoughts? So I think that's a good notice, Brian. He is like the Wolverine of the Walking Dead. There's even like a gentle giant statue that you can buy where it's like got Daryl and then it's got like some of the wolves behind him. And it's like exactly like you could take Daryl out and put Wolverine in and you know, like that's exactly what it is with some wolves, and it's pretty much exactly the same thing. So, you know, I really like how they've kind of dehumanized Daryl a lot and they've made him a lot more feral, I guess, and a lot more crazy and badass and everything. And I think we're going to get to see even more of that going forward. So Daryl is sweet, and I do like what they've done with the character. If you look from season 1, where he's kind of this like loudmouth, you know, kind of guy and doesn't give a shit about anything, to starts to really care and kind of gets broken down by the world, and then where he's at right now is really great transformation. So Daryl's awesome. He always is, always killing it. So nice point out. So some good ones there at the end. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You can give your thoughts on all of these different comments, maybe the racist t-shirt or whatever, kind of ridiculous. The ratings for the episode, you know, Tara telling Rick. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, usual, please thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one today. See you guys tomorrow. It's Trev saying peace. Later, guys. On the morrow. What do you want us to do? I don't know, viewer. How about a subscription? Do you think that might be in order? Or is that too much to ask?